I'm totally shook. I cannot believe that I've fallen in love with Beijing. So we flew to Beijing from Hong Kong on Air China, which was uneventful. Then the process to clear customs and get our bags was pretty smooth. We pre-booked our transportation on Get Your Guide with a driver meet and greet, just in case we had issues with our phones not working or not being able to pay for stuff with Alipay. Then it was time to check into our hotel and head out to explore Beijing. Okay, so when in Beijing, you have to go to the Pearl Market, and we are excited to go get ready to do some shopping. I don't really know much about pearl shopping, but we're gonna check it out and see how the deals are, and then just decide if it's worth buying here or just like waiting till we go home and getting at retail, or just not buying pearls because who like really needs them, right? But it's one of those things where if they're local and there's great prices, you may as well check it out. This market is Beijing's largest and most popular market for pearl jewelry, but you can also shop for clothing, luggage, and accessories. They have freshwater pearls, which tend to be less expensive, and saltwater pearls, which are much more expensive, and so many different pieces of jewelry and designs. But the prices overall are really not consistent between vendors, and we were quoted ranges as high as 10 times as much for similar looking products, so you really have to know what you're looking for and be able to judge pearl quality to be sure you're getting a good price. After shopping, it was time for cocktails and some snacks, so we headed to Migas Mercado, a trendy rooftop in the China World Mall with a view of the CCTV headquarters. So it is our second day in Beijing, and unfortunately it is pouring rain right now, which really sucks. We went all the way over to the Summer Palace because we were hoping that the rain would break by the time we got here. It has not broken yet, but it might in a little bit, and for now we're just kind of like hanging out under the little pagodas and the awnings just to kind of stay out of the rain. It is really pretty here, so I can definitely say that it will be worth it. Like even on a bad day, it's just so stunning. So if you're here and the sun's out, it's going to be amazing. So hopefully we get a chance to see that a little bit later. Just outside the hustle and bustle of Beijing lies the majestic Summer Palace, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a breathtaking masterpiece of Chinese landscape design. It is a little far and is enormous, so be prepared to commit most of your day to exploring this incredible site. This isn't just a park, it's a massive imperial garden designed for tranquility and beauty. The first thing that strikes you is the scale of Kunming Lake, which covers 3/4 of the palace grounds. We made our way to Longevity Hill, a climb that was rewarded with a panoramic view of the entire estate. We also walked along the long corridor, an incredible gallery with over 14,000 painted scenes. Each one was like a tiny window into Chinese folklore and history. And be sure not to miss the iconic 17-arch bridge and the famous marble boat, which stands as a unique testament to imperial luxury. This place is a perfect escape where every turn reveals a new layer of history and natural beauty. It really was like a living painting and the perfect place to get lost in China's imperial past. So it never stopped raining. We've been exploring the Summer Palace for about 3.5 hours now, and yeah, it's just been between drizzles and heavy rain. And also by the time you get to the north side of the gate, which is technically the main entrance, it is way more crowded. So if you want to avoid the crowds for a while, definitely start on the other side and then make your way to this part. The other side has the least popular and least famous stuff. All the really, really famous attractions are on the north side, so kind of more the tourists will start here and then only see this side of the park. Which again, it is really pretty, but it's just definitely a lot more overwhelming and a lot less peaceful. So that's a pro tip for you when you're here, but it is definitely worth a visit. It's absolutely gorgeous here, even in the terrible weather. No trip to Beijing is complete without sampling Peking duck, so we stopped at this stylish Michelin-recommended restaurant that had light, airy decor and is one of the very few that will serve you an individual portion of duck instead of making you buy the entire thing. Since we were only 2 travelers, it was great to try the duck and some local sides, and I love the modern vibe of the restaurant. Then we ended the night at Oasis, a chic creative cocktail bar in Sanlitun. Good morning from Beijing. And so today is the day that I am the most excited about because we're about to get ready to go see the Great Wall, which is just so epic. I literally cannot wait. And we had a little scare yesterday because of the rain. It ended up being closed. At least the section we were going to was closed. So we were like, man, I really, really hope it opens today because that would just be such a bummer. But it is open. The sun is out. It's going to be a hot one, but I'm just so excited for this. Literally can't wait. So let me go get dressed and ready. If you're looking for an authentic and adventurous Great Wall experience, you have to go to Jinshanling. Unlike the more crowded sections, this part of the wall feels truly wild. After just over a 2-hour drive from Beijing, we were greeted with a rugged, dramatic landscape that seemed to go on forever with not a crowd in sight. And so here we are, we have made it to the Jinshanling section of the Great Wall, which is so epic. I can definitely see why this one is worth it. It's much farther than the other sections and less popular. It's also a lot less like finished, so there's a lot more kind of ruins and like big chunky boulders of stairs. So you need like a different kind of level of fitness and agility to really explore this section. But the views are just incredible and you can't beat it for how empty it is. Jinshanling is known for its natural beauty but partially restored state. You can hike for miles along the path, navigating steep ascents and passing through dozens of unique watchtowers. The views are breathtaking, and because there are so few people, you can capture amazing photos that feel like they're from a different time. It is challenging and some parts are unfinished and rough, but the raw, unfiltered beauty of this section is a reward you won't forget. After a quick nap and some relaxed and refreshed time, we were off for dinner and drinks in one of Beijing's hutongs, the narrow traditional alleyways that are full of small restaurants and shops. Okay, and so it is our last day in Beijing, and we had to go to the Forbidden City, which I gotta say, guys, we got here at about 9, and it was already insane. The goal was 8:30, but then we just dilly-dallied a little bit and then hit some traffic. So by the time we got here, it just feels like all of China is like crowding inside. Like it's pretty freaking nuts, and honestly quite exhausting. So I would say go as early as possible, or maybe even try like later in the day, because it might settle down. Like if everyone's here between 9 and 10, then it might like settle down by like 3, like whatever the last entry time is. It is pretty cool in here, but I just have a feeling we're not gonna make it long because it just is so overwhelming. Stepping into the Forbidden City is like entering a different world, but quick tip, you absolutely have to book your tickets online in advance. This ancient palace, home to 24 emperors, is one of the largest on the planet, and tickets sell out fast. To really get the most of your visit, come right when it opens. That's how you'll get to walk through these incredible courtyards without the massive crowds. Every corner, every detail speaks of incredible power and tradition. Be sure to wear comfortable shoes and stay hydrated, because this place is huge and it gets really hot, and trust me, you will want to explore a lot of it. I wanted to stay longer, but the heat and crowds were just getting crazy, so we ended up leaving after about 2 hours and going to check out more of modern Beijing arts and culture at the 798 Arts District. The 798 is a vibrant modern hub of creativity. What was once a state-owned electronics factory is now a sprawling complex of art and hipster boutiques and cafes. There were plenty of galleries and street art to explore, food and snacks to try, and trendy chic shops to pick up clothing, jewelry, and accessories. We only had about an hour here before it was time to race back to the hotel, shower and finish packing thanks to Hilton Honor's very generous late checkout, and head to the airport. I honestly wish I had a whole another day or two here, because there is just so much to do and see. And even when you stop doing like the touristy stuff and just start like hanging out in different neighborhoods, Beijing is really a vibe. I am so surprised at how much I liked it here. So definitely recommend adding it to your travel list. I know there's a lot more planning that it might take to kind of organize your trip to mainland China, but it was definitely worth it, and I am really, really happy I came. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'm really, really glad you watched this video, especially if you made it to the end. And if you found it helpful, please go ahead and like it, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone that you want to go to Beijing with. And if you really, really want to help me out, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button, because I am really trying to get this channel to 7,000 followers, and I need all the help I can get to get there. So thank you so much for your time and for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video.